Thank you.
Right.
Perfect. Good morning. Welcome to our 8 a.m. yoga session. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and get started in a child's pose. So just making your way maybe towards the back of your mat, sitting the hips back on your heels. We're just going to let the body rest over the thighs. You can open the knees really wide here if you're feeling more of a hip opener. Or maybe if you want to round more into the spine, you bring the legs closer together. We'll start with a nice deep inhale, breathing into the back rib cage, and a slow exhale out. Just coming to tune in, coming to quiet your thoughts. Another deep inhale, really feel the rib cage expand. And a slow exhale out. Feel your body melt into the ground a bit more. Feel your body relaxing. On the next inhale, we'll go ahead and reach the fingertips forward a bit more. Really lengthening through the spine here. And another inhale, we're going to tuck the back toes. Kind of just stretch into the feet a little bit. Really opening the feet up here. We're going to start to lift the hips up whenever you're ready. Finding a nice downward dog. And we'll take it slow. So we're going to bend the knees here and straighten it back out. Take a bend, kind of lowering the hips down, and maybe straighten it back out. Bending, releasing down into child's. Coming all the way into child's, we're going to just start with some spinal waves here. Inhaling, rounding the spine forward, maybe arcing, really pressing those shoulder blades away. You can come forward all the way. We're going to lead with the hips as we wave the spine back. So as we come forward, we're rounding through the spine, inhaling. And as we exhale, we'll kind of arc the spine, lift the hips up, kind of pull the belly down, and make your way back into child's. So spinal waves here, really whatever feels best for you. You can go really far forward with your hips, or maybe just take some small waves. Really just trying to undulate through the spine here, making some movement. And whenever you're ready, we're going to drop the hips all the way down and lift the chest open into a nice little cobra here. So we can bend into the elbows, take it nice and gentle. Just focus on those shoulder blades bringing together in the back. And exhale, release it down. Inhale, we're going to open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, feeling your pelvis really pressing into the ground here. And we'll exhale, release the chest down. Another cobra here. Inhale, lifting the chest, keeping your gaze forward, squeezing the glutes to protect the low back. Nice deep breath into the abdomen. And we'll exhale, tuck the back toes, lift the hips, find a nice downward facing dog, and maybe walk the dog a little bit. We're going to feel one heel pressing into the ground at a time. Walk it out. And whenever you're ready, just slowly walking the feet or, however fast you'd like to your hands, coming into a nice dangling pose. We'll take the feet about hip distance, a nice generous bend into the knees. Grabbing opposite elbows, we're going to dangle here. You're going to want to feel like your belly is reaching towards your thighs. If you can get your belly and thighs to touch, no matter how much bend in the knees it takes, that's okay. And just really let the head and upper body and shoulders hang super heavy. Giving a little sway side to side. A nice deep inhale, feel the belly expand. And an exhale, let your neck hang a little bit more. Feel the spine decompress here. On the next inhale, our hands come to shins. We straighten through the knees, straighten through the spine, a halfway lift. Just feel the spine elongate. And exhale back into a forward fold. Inhale, bending generously through the knees. We're going to rise all the way up to standing and gazing up. And exhale, releasing hands to heart center or by your side. Just coming to find a Tadasana, a mountain standing pose with your feet rooted, maybe even lifting the toes off the mat, just feeling those four corners of the feet pressing into the ground. Maybe shifting your weight a little bit back and forth, coming to find a nice even weight distribution. All right. Another deep inhale or rise up, hands overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hinge forward, fold. On the inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, we're going to plant the hands, step the feet back into a plank position. On the next inhale, so we'll inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend into the elbows, tucking them into the side, take a low chaturanga push-up. On the inhale, we'll press the chest forward and up into an upward dog. If you can maybe keep the thighs lifted, go for it, give it a challenge, and we'll exhale, lift it back into downward dog. So this is kind of our sun salutation flow. We take another deep cleansing breath in down dog. The inhale expands through the belly. And exhale, let it go, open mouth, exhale. And whenever you're ready, we take an inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, maybe step, or you could take a gentle hop towards your hands, releasing into a forward fold. Inhale, we halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center or by your side. We're going to go through two more rounds of a sun salutation. And you could take it at whatever pace feels best for you. A nice deep inhale reaches the arms overhead. Exhale, really hinge forward, a nice long spine. Really feel like those hips, that butt is popping up into the air, releasing into a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, we plant the hands, step the feet back into a plank. Feel free to lower on this exhale into a low push-up. Or just lower to the ground where inhale, rise with the chest, take a cobra, upward dog, squeezing the glutes. And exhale, downward facing dog. Oh. Another deep cleansing breath here. Maybe an audible exhale out. Just letting your body settle, really feeling those shoulders drawing back into place. We'll inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, and step or hop your feet to your hands, releasing into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, straight spine. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rising all the way up to standing. Before exhale, releasing into a standing pose. Coming back to your center again, just feeling your height, your posture, feeling the shoulders being retracted a bit away from the ears, let them relax. On the next inhale, we'll lift the arms up again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Long spine. Exhale, forward fold. You could take it back to your plank and lower to the ground, bending the elbows into the side. We'll inhale, squeeze the glutes, open the heart here. And exhale, tuck the back toes, lift the hips, find a downward facing dog. Another deep cleansing breath, maybe bringing your gaze kind of back towards your belly button a bit, feeling your shoulders again lock into place, very strong through the shoulders, an open heart and open chest. Maybe feeling your heels reaching for the ground. On the next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. We step or hop our feet up to our hands, releasing into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. And exhale, release into a fold. Inhale, rising all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And exhale, release, hands to heart center or by your side. We're going to take the feet out, maybe a little bit wider than your hips, feeling a nice grounding through the feet. We're just going to do some gentle twists here. So really letting the arms kind of really loose, just kind of twist. And you want to try to synchronize your breath. Inhale brings you back to center, and exhale takes you to a twist. Inhale, exhale. We're just going to twist it out here. A bit more, really just kind of being loosey-goosey with the arms here. Maybe picking up the speed of the twist. We'll take it back through center. Whew. Bringing your feet back together. We're going to ground through the right leg. We'll start with we'll ground through the left leg. We'll start with the right leg. Inhale, lifting the right knee up. Maybe your hands are on your hips or at your heart center, whatever is comfortable for your balance here. Really spreading through the left toes. We're going to lift the right knee. And then just send that right leg back behind you, coming into a warrior three. So it's kind of making a T with your body. If you can't come parallel completely to the ground, that's okay. It's more of just focusing on that balance and strength in the left leg. We'll want to try to square the hips down to the ground. Coming to find a nice T. A nice deep breath. Feel a lengthening through the head and the heel. And we'll slowly exhale, drop the right foot down behind you, straighten through both legs. The right leg is kind of a short distance, and as the toes are pointing towards the right corner, we're going to really engage through both quads as we lengthen the spine and hinge from the hips, finding a pyramid. There's a few alternatives. You can put your hands on your hips, maybe interlace the arms behind your back, grabbing opposite elbow, maybe doing a reverse prayer. You really want to feel that right hip draw forward, left hip draw back. And extend the spine long. Try to think no rounding through the spine. The heart center is very open here. And we're nice and strong through the legs. The activation of those quads helps us stretch into the hamstrings a bit deeper. Beautiful. We're going to plant the hands. And you can step this right foot back a bit more. Drop the back knee. We're going to find a nice low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Gaze up. Feel a nice lengthening through that psoas, that front quad muscle and the hip muscle here. We'll exhale, release the hands inside of this left leg. We're going to pivot on the back foot. The knee and the toes turn up towards the sky. Low Skandasana side lunge. No worries if you need to plant the hands here if you're not too low with the hips. Feel that pushing out of the left knee, opening you a bit wider. We'll inhale, straighten through the left leg, come into a wide-legged forward fold. So kind of pigeon-toeing the toes a bit towards each other, just slightly. We really want to feel the hips pop up, a nice long spine here before releasing down into a wide-legged forward fold. Ah. On the inhale, we'll lift all the way up to standing. We're going to turn the front toes forward and the back toes are perpendicular towards the side of the mat. We take a long arm here, gazing over the front fingertips. We're coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So inhale, you reach the fingertips forward. We're going to hinge over the side body and kind of reach your arm down towards your leg. You want to try to be strong through the side body, so not dumping all your weight into that left hand, trying to stay lifted while also trying to grow through that side body. Gazing up, we're going to come into our half moon position. So bending slightly into the front knee. We're going to ground that left hand a bit in front of your foot and lift off the back leg. Trying to keep open with the hips towards the side. Nice stacked shoulders, stacked hips. We gaze up. Nice strong flexed foot. And if you can, you start to feel the weight coming off that left hand. Exhale, release the right leg down. We find a nice warrior two. Here, we're going to bend deep into the front leg. Toes are pointing forward. The back toes are pointing towards the side. Arms go long and we gaze over the front fingertips. Shoulders fall away from the ears. Our pelvis is tucked under, really squeezing and engaging through the glutes. On the next, well, we'll take a breath here, maybe. Deep inhale. Exhale, feel your knee bend a little bit more. We'll inhale, pivot the back foot. Hips are going to come forward. We take a high lunge, really active through the back leg. Nice deep bend into the front knee. Maybe you interlace the hands, find your fingers pointing up to the sky, your index fingers. And we're going to take off into warrior three once more. Leaning forward here. We're putting our weight into this front leg and gently lifting off the back leg. We find a warrior three. Whew. We were just here at the beginning, so see if you can try to find it again. It's a bit more challenging with your arms extended out ahead. And whenever you're ready, coming up, standing, see if you can keep the foot floating. We're going to cross it over the front left thigh as we sit the hips back into pigeon. So standing pigeon here, no worries if you kind of have to regroup and find your balance again. Really feeling it into the right glute and hip. Sit low if you can. And we'll release, standing up. The right foot grounds, and we can shake it out from here. So beautiful. Hopefully that went well for you. We're going to go ahead and take it onto the other side. Finding a nice mountain pose, we'll shift our weight into the right foot. Inhale, we lift the left knee up. And exhale, push the left foot behind you. We come to find a warrior three, keeping our hips square to the ground. Beautiful. You got this. That right leg is straight. It's really strong and grounded, supporting you so good. We're going to bend into the front knee, ground the back foot, finding a pyramid here. So the back toes are kind of turned out towards the corner. Nice long spine, whatever you like to do with your hands here. We're going to hinge and fold. Inhale, feel the spine lengthen. And exhale, just feel yourself relax a bit deeper into the stretch. We'll ground the hands, step the left foot back further and drop the back knee. Inhale, rising up into a low lunge. Yes. Exhale, we release the hands inside this right foot. We're going to pivot and turn the left toes up towards the sky. We find a low Skandasana lunge here. A nice deep stretch into the hips. Maybe you use this right elbow to kind of push the knee out a bit more in front. Open the hips, engage through the glutes. We're going to inhale, press straight through the right knee, wide-legged forward fold. Both toes kind of turn towards each other. And maybe you even have a bend in the knees, or maybe you're not folded very much, and that's okay. Just trying to keep a nice open heart, a nice open chest, not rounding too much through the spine. On the inhale, we'll lift all the way up to standing. We're going to turn the front toes forward. Here we go for triangle once more. Arms coming to a T, gaze over the front fingertips. Inhale, shifting those fingertips forward and tipping over the side body as we come into a triangle pose. Really nice and strong and long through the side body here. We'll lift off into half moon, bending nice into the front knee if you'd like. We ground the right hand, lift off the back foot. Half moon. You got it. Trying to stack the shoulders, stack the hips, and maybe turn your gaze up to the sky. Slowly lowering the back foot down, bending deep into the front knee, we find a warrior two. Glutes engaged, shoulders falling away from the ears. We'll take another deep inhale here. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the pose. On the next inhale, we're going to pivot the back foot, square the hips forward, coming into a high lunge. Really long through the abdomen, engage through the back leg, straight through the back leg. A deep inhale. We're going to exhale, lean the body forward and lift off into our warrior three, straightening through the front leg. Ooh. As gracefully as possible. Beautiful. We're going to drop the back foot or maybe send it through into our standing pigeon. The front left foot crosses over the right thigh. And we just gently sit the hips back, coming almost into like a seated position, just without a chair. Beautiful. If you fall out, that's okay. It's all part of the practice, all part of just coming right back into the pose again. And we'll release. Whew. Beautiful. You can shake it out if you'd like. No matter where you are in your yoga practice, just try to find acceptance for where you're at, for being here, for already going through all these poses. If you have any frustrations arise, it's very normal. Try to take a deep breath and know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. All right. So coming into our Tadasana, we're going to float our way back to seating. So we'll take a kind of a sun salutation to seated. We'll inhale, rise the arms overhead, gaze up. And exhale, hinge, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen through the spine. And exhale, release, forward fold, step it back into plank, lowering your way down to the mat. On the inhale, we open the chest up. And exhale, you can kind of just push the hips back here if you like, or tuck the back toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Yeah, we'll go downward facing dog or out. And we're just going to step our feet forward, crossing the legs and sitting the sit bones down. All right. So we'll extend one leg out, maybe starting with the right leg extended, the left knee bent in, taking that left foot over the right thigh. We're just going to kind of do some pushing of this left knee down and up, opening into the left hip. We'll take this left foot and put it into our right armpit, not armpit, elbow crease. And then hug the shin in towards your chest. Feeling a good stretch there. You can even rock it a little bit side to side. Maybe lift and lower the left foot a little bit. Ooh, nice. We're going to take this left foot into maybe our left hand. If you'd like to grab your ankle as well, that's okay. We'll extend the left leg straight out and up. So maybe, grabbing the foot if you'd like, try to bring it a bit closer to you. And then just stepping this left foot over the right thigh. We're going to take a twist. Inhale, elongate through the spine. And exhale, maybe you hook the right elbow outside the left leg. We're twisting to the left, maybe gazing behind you, using that left hand as a nice, strong support for your spine. And release coming forward. Beautiful. We're going to take it to the other side here, extending the left leg out. The right leg comes in. You can take that right foot kind of into the hip crease or on top of the right thigh or left thigh. We're just going to do some up and down with this knee. Kind of gently pushing the knee down, lifting it back up. The right foot will come into the left elbow crease. And we kind of hug the shin, hug the leg in towards us. Feeling a nice stretch, trying to stay nice and tall with the spine. Maybe doing a little back and forth. Maybe doing a little lift and lower with the foot. And we'll take this right leg and extend it all the way out straight. You can grab the foot if you'd like, grab the ankle, maybe even use a strap. You can keep the knee bent, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Just trying to feel a nice sensation, breathing deeply, maybe bringing it closer to you. And releasing the right foot over the left thigh. Here we go for a twist once again. Maybe hugging or hooking this left arm outside of the leg. We turn. A nice deep breath into the belly here. Nice exhale. And release back to center. Beautiful. Straightening both legs in front of you. We'll take a nice seated forward fold. Feeling those hips pop out behind you, a nice long spine, open chest. If you'd like here, if you're pretty tight in the hamstrings, it's definitely encouraged to bend the knees a bit instead of rounding through the spine, trying to reach your belly for your thighs. Another deep breath to lengthen, open the chest. And exhale, maybe you round a bit more here, but just try to fold a little bit deeper. And in doing so, feel your body relax, letting go. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, we're gonna just kind of bend through the knees here. We're gonna lift off into a boat. So kind of shifting the body back, we find a V position, we lift the legs. So finding your boat, you want to try to not sit on the tailbone, but sit on the sit bones. It could be very challenging. We're going to feel engagement through our core. And maybe you straighten the legs or have them bent. Maybe your arms are helping you behind you or by your side. Engage through the core. Here we find our boat. And We're going to add a little bit of core power here. We'll lower into a canoe, shooting the legs straight, lowering the body, but still staying lifted off the shoulders. A lot of core work here. Inhale, we pull up back into boat. So it's going to be like a canoe to a boat. And just really tuning in to your core here, maybe even using a lot of glute power in your canoe. We're going to do this a few times here. Lowering into a canoe, back into boat. Lower to canoe, back into boat. We're going to lower into canoe, hold here for a moment. Breathing deep, really engaging through the core. Lift those shoulders off the ground, engage through the glutes. And exhale, release onto your back. Woo. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead, extend one leg up. You can just kind of either use a strap again or hold the ankle, hold the foot. Grabbing this extended leg with the same hand on the same side. We'll bend into the knee, take a half happy baby. Kind of opening this foot out to the side, bending into the knee. And we'll come for a reclining pigeon, crossing this foot that you have in your hand over the bottom knee thigh. We find a pigeon like we were standing, except on our back now. And maybe here we can really go deeper into the stretch, pulling that bottom knee close to you while pushing the top knee away from you. Into the hips, into the glutes, taking a deep breath. Beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and cross this right leg, or for me, it's the top leg over the bottom one. Maybe extending your arms into a T here. We're gonna let the legs fall to the left, or just fall opposite, following the same side as the bottom leg. So if whatever leg is on top, going in that opposite direction, we take a twist. Turning the gaze maybe as well. In any twist, we just want to focus on breathing into the belly. This is a lot, really good detoxification for the digestive organs and all the organs in there. So just really breathing deep. Another deep breath here. And we'll slowly come back through center, taking it to the other side. That leg that was on top extends straight, lays down. And we extend the other one up to the sky, straightening the leg. You can grab your ankle, your toes, use a strap, just trying to pull that leg closer to your body. Taking the same hand on the same side, grabbing the foot, we take a half happy baby, bending into the extended leg and kind of pulling it towards your armpit, down towards the ground next to you. Half happy baby. We'll take that foot that's lifted and that we're moving into and cross it over the other thigh, coming into a reclining pigeon, pulling that bottom leg close to you, and maybe pushing the top knee away a bit more. Allowing this left leg to cross over the other one. We're going to take our twist here, extending the arms and twisting to the side opposite as the last time. For me, with my left leg on top, I'm twisting to the right. Turning your gaze at the opposite direction of the knees. And breathing nice and deep into the belly. Inhale expands the belly. And exhale releases a bit more. One more deep breath here. And we'll come back to center, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, lift the forehead to touch the knees, balling yourself up, giving yourself a nice, beautiful hug. Before exhaling, releasing the head down and drawing some circles with the knees, lubricating the hips a bit more here. Unfortunately, right, for the moment, back bends aren't quite in my practice very much. Um, so if you would like to take this time to do some back bend work, maybe lift up into a bridge or a wheel, um, I definitely recommend. I didn't do a lot of back bending in this practice, so feel free to incorporate anything that's in your practice here. And whenever you're ready, or let's just go for the bridge. We're gonna drop the feet down, lift the knees up towards the sky, tuck the pelvis, the whole back is flat on the ground. Our arms are pressing in by our side. We're gonna inhale, lift the hips up, tuck in the glute, really engaging through the glutes. And if you like more of a back bend, you can reach your hands towards your ankles, or you could place your hands beside your ears and press up into a wheel if it's in your practice. You can also just enjoy this nice strengthening back bend bridge, breathing deep into the rib cage and belly. Before exhaling, releasing the body back down, extending the legs straight out here, and maybe opening your palms up towards the sky. We're going to find our final resting posture, our Shavasana, allowing the body to completely relax. No need to control the breath or your thoughts. Just letting your body become heavy into the ground. Feeling supported by the earth beneath you. Feeling your eyebrows relax, your forehead, your cheek, and your jaw. And maybe even if it doesn't feel true to you, bringing a small smile onto your face. Just appreciating the time that you put in to this practice, appreciating the day ahead, appreciating your body and breath. Feel free to stay here a bit longer. Enjoy our final Shavasana. I'm just going to go ahead and add some movement into the body. A nice deep inhale to reach the arms overhead, lengthen through the feet, maybe wiggling the toes, fingers, rolling the ankles and wrists, and rolling onto either side body into a fetal position. symbolizing the start again, our rebirth after practice. We're going to go ahead and push our way into a gentle seated pose. Oh, just finding an easy seated pose here. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll close off here with one last breath. A deep inhale, arms overhead. And an exhale, hands to heart center, just bowing to yourself in gratitude. I thank you again for being here. And I wish you have a wonderful weekend ahead. Hope to practice with you and flow with you again next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May all the peace be with you. Come back again.